Are we having fun yet? Are you having fun yet? Ho, 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 ho. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Holidays. Happy Hanukkah. From me, Cam Stewart, and Roy Moore's Jewish attorney. We wish everybody the best in this holiday season. Welcome to UWager this week. Let's just start off the program by stating, God, I hate the New England Patriots.
You do?
I really do. As you can see, me and Cam are dressed in black this week because we're attending a funeral. Mine. We're on the way to the funeral parlor after this show.
The way his Morency, when you get beat down, your jokes get even better, buddy.
No, I know it's a good idea to joke about my own death, but
let's not joke about that.
Yeah, let's just say, it's good to be alive. As my late great grandfather told me, any day above ground is a good day.
Exactly.
I once asked him, "How you doing today?" He goes,
"Above ground,
pretty good day. I'm alive."
Yeah,
it's actually
it's a good way to look at life.
It really is,
because we could be dead.
Yeah, exactly. So when I say I got killed, I should say
you were wounded.
My account got killed. My account I got killed at UWager. I took a beating, but fortunately, UWager have those loyalty points.
Yeah, that's a good loyalty. Loyalty points.
You can take solace if you lose a couple of $1,000. You've got some loyalty points in. Look, my loyalty points adding up.
They sure are. Is loyalty points money?
Yes.
It's basically it's $1. Oh, okay, yeah, keep it coming. No loyalty.
I gotta keep the
$250 going.
And look, I've
earned a free play.
I had a $50 free play that I haven't used.
Not bad.
But after last night, I think I'll be using that $50 free play.
Last
night, I had a couple of thousand in the account. I'm like, I don't need it. Whatever. I'll play that. It didn't impress me at the time.
No. At least it softens the blow a little bit.
It helps. It's a nice little addition. So, guys, www.uwager.eu. Prop builder. I've been hitting this. I've been hitting nice. The other day, LaShawn McCoy against the Indianapolis Colts in the snow. The over-under was 76.5. I bumped it up to will LaShawn McCoy have 100 or more rushing yards, paid plus 134. He ended up like 158 or something. I wish I would have pushed the envelope a little bit more. So, the UWager prop builder by far is the best thing ever created in gambling history. All right, as far as props are concerned, not just saying that, it's true. Doesn't get any better than that. The future of gaming has arrived at UWager. Don't get left behind. All right, so let's jump in here and to talk about Week 15 of the NFL. And I tell you, man, this NFL season is getting pretty crazy, man. Like,
who knows what's going to happen? Yeah, exactly. That's just basically if you know what's going to happen, you're a smarter guy than us.
All right, look at all the games in the last 2 weeks. Let's start off in the NFC. The gap is incredibly minimal between all these teams. Look at the Rams and the Eagles played just the other day. Great game. Even when Carson Wentz is in the game was going back and forth. Yep. Either team could have won a football game. The Rams would have won if Jared Goff doesn't fumble the football. There's no either team can beat either team. We saw the Panthers and the Vikings.
Hey, Panthers show up. Exactly. Anybody could have won that game.
The Panthers can beat the Vikings beat the Panthers. We saw the Saints play the Panthers the week before. We saw the exact same scenario with the Vikings in Atlanta 2 weeks ago, in which Atlanta, if they scored in the last couple of minutes, they won the game. You see what I'm saying? Like, basically, anybody can beat anybody in the NFC. They're all very good.
I agree.
But I have a hard time right now saying who's going to be there. I still think the Minnesota – now with Carson Wentz out, I believe the Minnesota Vikings are the team to beat, but
who knows?
I can still make that much better than the Saints?
That's the thing. I can make a case for the Saints too, right? With Kamara coming back, and they had a rough night in Atlanta. I'll tell you, they got a lot of injuries on the defensive side of the ball.
Off the Falcons.
You know what? The Falcons are dangerous too. You said it. Anybody.
Last year, guys, the Falcons went to the Super Bowl. And there seems to be a perception and a memory, and I was guilty of it a bit too, in that if you think, what was the Falcons' record off the top of your head last year, Ken?
Yeah, they were
at the end of the year. What was their record?
They were basically what are they? 9-7, 10-6.
No, okay, close. They're 11-5. So that's pretty good because I almost remember the Falcons. You think of the Falcons of last year, you think of, man, they scored so many points, they killed everybody. Football team. The Dallas Cowboys were the dominant team in the regular season, and they got bounced in their first freaking playoff game. Okay, so the Atlanta Falcons last year, guys, were 7-5 after 12 games. going into that Saints game.
Dangerous.
So you might write off the Falcons, but the Falcons are sitting there right now in the exact same spot that they were last year, feeling pretty good about things.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%.
You know, there's a lot of teams that you can't write off. And how about this team, Cam? The Green Bay Packers.
Hey, Aaron Rodgers comes back and they squeak in. Nobody wants to deal with those guys. And what are we talking? 22-1?
Yeah, 22-1 just to win the NFC in that range, 20-1 or so. But their schedule is really tough.
This weekend, it's tough
to come back and for them to come all the way back and make the playoffs. Now, as far as the AFC, I was ready to anoint the Patriots the AFC champions. I don't know, man. Can Pittsburgh really beat them? I don't know.
They got to hit Brady. Got to knock him down. Got to piss him off. He's got to rush throws. If you hit Brady, you could beat the Patriots.
They're not the same team without Rob Gronkowski. That's a fact.
That's true. You're over the middle, domination.
You know what I've noticed about this too? Their best wide receiver now is Brandon Cooks. Okay, deep down the field guy. Then look on Monday night. Brandon Cooks got open. Tom Brady couldn't get him the ball. He underthrew on a bum. Tom Brady doesn't have great arm strength right now. He was never really a gunslinger. He's more of a, pow, 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 pow type guy than a boom type guy. But that's pretty good, eh? Pow, 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 as opposed to boom.
Yeah, you sound like John Madden.
Tough acting. Yeah, I tell you, he's more of a pow, pow, pow guy than a boom.
Boom,
Brady. Boom.
Go boom.
Yeah, than a boom guy, You got your boom guys that go deep, and then you got your pow, pow guys that go nice over the middle, 7 yards.
Small lasers.
So, yeah. So, Brady, and another thing is Brady doesn't want to get hit.
No.
So, my point is the Patriots wide receivers really aren't conducive to their style.
Great call.
That's why Gronk is so important, because Gronk is always open over the middle of the field, and he doesn't go that deep. And then
Brady perfect. That's the chemistry, man. He slice and dice you over the middle.
And, we're finding out Chris Hogan's okay, but he's not.
All right.
He's not, he's not that guy. You know what I mean? He's not that over-the-top type of star guy in this offense. Pittsburgh, I don't think Pittsburgh are great, but they are finding ways to win football games. This is an interesting game that we have this week, but the NFC's wide open. The AFC, you still would have to say, Cam, that it's the Steelers or the Pats, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I might have to throw the Chiefs in there if they can get their act
this week. So let's get to this. All right, Denver Broncos, Indianapolis Colts.
Oh God. Really? We're going there? Anyway, I'll tell you something.
Don't they have a flex schedule?
Yeah, that's what I thought too. But you know what?
I guess they don't.
Hey, man, we're degenerates. Thursday night football. What are you going to do? I like Denver. I think they're the way they played at home against the Jets. I still don't trust Indianapolis. I got to be honest with you. If you're betting big units on this game, you got a problem.
I've got one bet in this game for you. Right?
A prop?
Long field goal. Vinatieri, McManus, indoors.
Yeah, sure we can. I'm with you. I think Denver wins, but I like that field goal.
Interesting side note too. Since Vinatieri missed a field goal in the snow in Buffalo the other day, now he's got to go 5 for 5 the remainder of the season to get a $500,000 bonus.
Oh,
something to think here, though. If your Pagano seems to be a player's guy, he's a dumb coach, but he's a player's guy.
So let's give him those 5 kicks. Interesting.
You see what I'm saying?
Field goals over.
Yeah, we made you kick in the snow. We knew you were going to miss last week to mess because he needs a certain percentage. Long field goal prop. Anything else on that? We have some Saturday afternoon football, Cam.
Sure do. And I actually really like the Saturday card.
Ooh, who do you like? I was all over the Bears against the Bengals. Thought it was a bad spot for the Bengals this past week, but I don't know about this one. The Lions are going to win, but it's probably going to be a close game. What are you doing with this one? Detroit Lions minus 5.5 at UH.
I'm going to tell you something. They call me Orso Grande, the Bear, and the Bears were great to me last week. You know what? This Bear's sticking with the Bears. Tight divisional game. Hey, Trubisky and some of these wide receivers, they're getting some chemistry. Cohen's been a nightmare out of the backfield. Howard, these guys, the Bears are starting to play with confidence. They just didn't beat Cincinnati. They made Cincinnati tap out. It was an embarrassing performance by the Bengals. Hey, Detroit's got weapons, but I'll tell you one thing. And favorite game. Give me the Bears and the 5.5 points. I think it's a field goal game.
I can't disagree. I'm not ready to take the Bears in this spot. I can't take the Bears back-to-back weeks on the road. It's like robbing the same bank 2 days in a row.
You're right. But hey, I might get caught, but I don't want to lay 5.5 with the Lions. I like the Bears.
Speaking of which, what's up with the leather? You going to rob a bank or something like that?
I got a meeting with some associates after we do the show. I love the next game. Love it.
All right, so Saturday night. That's right, holiday season. I love those the old school Saturday afternoon playoff games, pre-playoff games, and then the playoffs. That's the thing. Even the wild card now, they play later in the day and stuff. They bastardize everything in the NFL. But nice to see we're still doing some Saturday afternoon games late in the season. All right, so we've got the Bears and the Lions. That's at 4:30 Eastern. Then we got the Chargers and the Chiefs, 8:25 Saturday night. This number perplexes me, surprises me, but I like this number. The wrong team's favorite. The wrong team's favorite in this football game. You look at the Kansas City Chiefs coming off a nice, solid, rock-solid performance last week at home against the Raiders. The week before, the offense, Alex Smith, 4 touchdowns, 366 yards. Kareem Hunt starting to get back on track. I think it's safe to say that the Chiefs' offense is starting to figure it out again. They shook up the playbook a little bit. Matt Nagy's calling plays now as opposed to Andy Reid, and it's really made a difference offensively. Defensively, they've got some problems. They're not the same without Eric Berry there. They're without a doubt, Cam. But for the life of me, you're telling me how are the Chargers favored at Arrowhead, man?
This is perfect.
This is ridiculous.
You know what? I'm going to make the Chiefs one of my top plays this week. Chargers are a hot, trendy team right now. Everyone's feeling it. You know what, Chargers? Dose of reality this week. Arrowhead is going to be rocking. We're getting 1.5 points. Chiefs on the money line, Chiefs on the spread. I'm all in with the Chiefs. Gabe, I'm with you. Hunt got it done last week. Alex Smith looks confident. The defense actually held the Raiders. You know what? Carr got lit up in that game. They absolutely pounded him. You know what, Phillip Rivers? You're feeling pretty good right now. The Chiefs are going to beat the Chargers. I love the situation.
These guys have been the trendy team.
High voltage.
As you stated. And they've been playing good football.
They have been.
But let's look at the last 4 games. They're on a 4-game win streak, all right? They're on a 4-game win streak right now. Who do they play? They played against Nate Peterman in his first ever start because Sean McDermott's an idiot. So they were given that game. Yep. They played against the Dallas Cowboys on Thanksgiving when they were at their weakest. Elliott, everything was just beaten down, and things weren't good for the Dallas Cowboys. They played the Cleveland Browns. They played the Washington Redskins.
Actually, the Browns almost beat them.
Yeah, and the Redskins quit about a month ago.
Yeah, the Redskins are done.
When was the last time the Redskins played well? Redskins have been mailing it in, man, for weeks right now. So, yeah, I give the Chargers credit. You're on a 4-game win streak. You beat Nate Peterman in his first ever start in L.A. You beat the Cleveland Browns in L.A. Barely covered the number, and Cleveland could have beaten you if Deshaun Kaiser isn't a kid. You played a Redskin team that basically quit after the national anthem was over.
Now you're playing the Chiefs at Arrowhead.
Now you're going into a Chief team that always beats you. The Chiefs beat you earlier in the year, 24-10 on your home field. Chiefs are going to beat them again.
I agree.
Chargers wake-up call right now.
I agree. I love the Chiefs this week.
Me too. I'm big.
One of my favorite games.
Big on this one. I think it is my favorite game. This next one's a little tricky here, Cam. Philadelphia Eagles laying 7.5 points with Nick Foles in for Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz out for the year, over under 40. Listen, the New York Giants, that game was closer than it looked.
It was 10-10 to go into like the fourth. The Giants just collapsed.
I was on the Giants, but Cam, I bought in last week because it was a kitchen sink game. You got everyone fired. All right, let's dig down deep and do this. I can't do it again. I don't,
The Eagles have to give Foles confidence too. They can't go and play like junk. Divisional rival, that's bad for business. If they go in there and smoke the Giants, that's going to be good moving forward for them to try to get home field to help Foles out. You know what? I kind of like the Eagles in this spot. I don't want to lay 7.5, but I lean Eagles.
All right, this last week I love the Packers minus the 3 at Cleveland. They barely got it done. Now the Carolina Panthers are laying 3.
I like the Panthers.
And it's the return of Aaron Rodgers, over under 45 in this football game. I'm leaning Carolina, but I like Carolina last week against Minnesota. And Carolina, as we were talking about robbing the same bank twice, Cam Newton is he's like a snowflake. No snowflake or two are the same. No game for Cam Newton is the same. You really don't know. Last week it was good Cam Newton.
Yeah, exactly.
You kind of knew because he was coming off a game where he was mediocre Cam Newton. I don't know, man.
Tough to call this week.
Carolina are very good in the month of December historically. Cam Newton in his career, guys, he's like 27-6 or something now. He doesn't lose in December very often. They just do. Look at the year they made the Super Bowl, Cam.
Yep.
They ran the table in December. Remember the year before they set up the table, they started out like 3-8, and then they won like 9 games in a row. Carolina are a good late season team. They got Olsen back. They're getting healthier. Jonathan Stewart's running the ball effectively. And Aaron Rodgers hasn't played in a long time. I know he's Superman, this guy, but it's hard to like the Packers here.
I agree with you. I like Carolina in this spot. I think they're underrated. They were beating down Minnesota for that game. Minnesota came back. Cam made one mistake in that game. You know what they did? After that drive, Gabe, you saw the big run to seal the game. Carolina knows it's December. It's time to win football games. Sorry, Green Bay. I'm on Carolina.
All right, Cincinnati Bengals getting 11 against Minnesota. You and I love the Vikings,
Bengals
but they're never laying double digits.
Bengals quit. I don't like.
Yeah, they probably.
I don't like laying double digits. But how does Cincinnati even like? They're quitters. If they can't beat the Bears at home, what are they going to do in the road? They're going to wither like old flowers against the Vikings.
Let's tease
Final
the
score
Vikings.
31-3 Vikings. They're going to murder them.
Yeah, you just read my mind. I was thinking a little lower scoring. I was thinking,
31-6.
Vikings just want to get out of here without getting any injuries. They see what's going on everywhere with everybody getting hurt. Win the game, survive, advance mode type of deal. Let's say 20-3.
Sure, whatever. They cover the number to the under.
But we're in agreement. The Bengals offense probably doesn't score.
That's the thing. That's why I like the under.
Maybe they hit one bomb to AJ Green. That's their sort of wing and a prayer type
they're
deal.
Lucky.
In the Jags, do you want to lay 11.5?
Nope, no, I do not want to lay 11.
I don't want to take 11.5.
I'm going to pass on this game because there's a lot of beautiful games that you wager. Why would I just have to bet on every game?
I'm very tempted to take the 16 here.
With the Jets?
It's a lot of freaking points.
It's too many points.
Come on, man.
I know. I agree. I'm not laying 16
The Jets are a scrappy team. They got beat up 1 week. All right, they got beat up in Denver. It happens. And now suddenly 16?
16 is nuts.
Same with the Saints, man. The Saints, this isn't college football. There's no voters to impress. They just need to win the damn game.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Too many points.
We should know Bryce Petty will be starting quarterback. I like Bryce Petty.
He's all right.
But the problem is he hasn't played all year, and you're throwing this guy in here
on
now.
the road.
It's not a good situation.
I don't like the game.
I want to take the Jets, but I can't,
I could take the Cardinals in the next game, though.
Yeah, what are you making this?
I think the Redskins
have quit. They really literally have quit.
And they got injuries all over the board. One thing about the Arizona Cardinals is they're gritty. They beat Tennessee last week. They've been playing better. Gabbard's getting some confidence. You know what? Give me the Birds. Cheap.
Plus 4.5, huh?
Yep. Love it. I'm not allowed to touch the Cleveland game.
It's funny. Everybody was asking me after the Browns meltdown. Was Cam on it? Was Cam on it? I was like, no, he wasn't on.
I'm done. Like, I'm dead serious, people.
Well, look,
Cleveland, it's over.
Look, it was upsetting for you 2 weeks ago because Cleveland covered and you didn't take it. But if you would have went back to the well, you would have lost last week.
Exactly.
Painful fashion.
That's all they do. All they do is have heartbreaking losses where you don't cover the number. Ravens should get it done. Don't like the game. I'm not involved in Cleveland anymore.
I don't like the game.
Cleveland Browns, see ya.
This next game I do like. I like your Seattle Seahawks.
I'm worried.
Bounce back.
I'm going to tell you something, though, Gabe. Even when the Rams were not a good team, they always go into Seattle and play them tough. Very difficult game.
1.5. I'm leaning with the Seahawks. I think the Rams are a little young, a little raw. They remind me of a college team. A lot of speed and stuff, but you see they mouth off after every play. They take a lot of dumb, stupid penalties to extend drives and stuff. I don't think the Rams are quite ready for prime time. I think the Seahawks bounce back here. Game of the week, buddy. It was 3. Patriots 2.5 right now against the Pittsburgh Steelers. God, this is tough, especially after the Patriots didn't play well on Monday Night Football. They get Rob Gronkowski back. Pittsburgh Steelers have won the last 4 games, guys, by a combined freaking margin of 11 points. 3 consecutive 3-point wins. 3-point win is 10-point favorites against the Colts. 3-point win is 14-point favorites against the Packers. What was it? A 3-point win against the Bengals is 5-point road favorites. A 2-point win as 5.5-point home favorites. They don't win by a margin, but they keep on winning. This is a great game. What do you make of it?
I got to tell you something. The way the Patriots lost to the Dolphins, I'd expect nothing but the best for them. For me, it's New England or nothing. Pittsburgh, until you beat the man, I can't bet on you.
I know. It's tough.
Sorry, Pittsburgh. I'm not all in on them. They might win, but until you beat New England, sorry.
We'll have our picks on Friday on the Fantasy Sports Television Network. Check out the video of the Fantasy Sports Network YouTube page. All right, we got to get out of here, Cam. So Titans, 49ers.
Niners.
Titans are getting 2. You like the Niners there?
I think Garoppolo's bringing this team alive.
Sunday Night Football. Cowboys suddenly alive. They, barely, but they've won a couple in a row. They haven't quit yet.
How do I don't know.
I'm
sorry. If I were going to tell you, no thanks.
Falcons lay 6 Monday Night Football in Tampa.
Yeah, Falcons are hot. I'd probably lean Atlanta.
And bowl season, Cam, starts this Saturday. And one thing with the bowls, there's too much time off between the big games and the end of the season, but this isn't too bad. These teams played 2 weeks ago. So you get North Texas and Troy, total 62. Scoreboard operator, you better get some Red Bulls, buddy, going in because you're going to be typing away. So it's another touchdown, 14.
Yeah. This game might hit 90 points.
North Texas, Troy are going to go up and down the field on each other in the New Orleans Bowl. Let's go over the number there. And I tell you what, I'm not so sure how excited Colorado State are going to be to playing in the New Mexico Bowl against Marshall. I think Marshall plus 5.5. Live dogs should have some points over 59.5 in Oregon and Boise State in the Las Vegas Bowl. And Georgia State and Western Kentucky, that's the definition. What DeVry University was in 6-6. God, what a game! Georgia State and Western Kentucky.
You're killing me.
University of Phoenix.
That's right. The University of Phoenix versus DeVry.
University of Phoenix was going to take this game against Western Kentucky, but they're on sanctions, so exactly. they can't make it.
I might take Georgia State.
All right, guys, best props in the biz by far. I'm not kidding. Check it out, uwager.eu. 5% juice on Fridays. Get 100% sign-up bonus. uwager.eu / promo code SportsRage. And I tell you what, UWager will pay you in Bitcoin, too, so you'll get rich off of that, man. UWager is a great book. We endorse it, and I play there. Other than that, you're on your own. May the winners be yours. Later.